the Nucanoe Flint, brand new kayak from Nucanoe. I've had this kayak for a little while now, and I wanted to do a full in-depth review on it, and I really wanted to get out on the water and just put in some time with it before I made this video so I could just tell you everything I possibly could about it. So I'm going to run down the specs here. It's 11'3", I believe it's 33 inches wide, looking at about 70 pounds. $9.99 is the price. It has a similar seat to the Frontier and Pursuit, but the seat does not swivel, but the seat is a little bit wider. Open kind of deck plan for this kayak. Not a lot of hatches. Instead, we're looking at plenty of room with rails and things to move around. A little bit easier to set up your own, kind of personalized fishing setup. And it's really just, the perfect grab-and-go kayak. And it's got some cool, neat little innovations. Some of them you may have heard of, some of them you may not. So I'm just going to just run it down. But overall, I really like this kayak. I was just out in it yesterday. Got some sand in it. Got some Senkos laying around. I like getting out on the water and fishing in this thing. And in doing that, I've used these features and can really attest to, is it worth it or not? I can kind of give a little insight to that, and that's kind of the whole point of this video. So let's start with one of the most obvious ones here, the paddle and the handle. Just a neat idea, and I use this all the time. You can go back and watch my kayak videos. I clipped the thing in there. It's super handy, so that's a win. Really like that feature. It's just, simple. The seat, really like the seat. It's mounted on these rails here. Really easy to scoot it up, slide it back, get it where you want. Gives you a lot of freedom. Same thing with the rails. I don't really have anything on these rails right now, but it's easy to add stuff, whatever you want, rod holders, whatever. They have this kind of dashboard type thing. It's a plate that goes across here that you can mount a fish finder or rod holders, whatever you want. It's easy to set it up. We've got the hog trough channel. Cool little feature here. Most kayak anglers have one of these things. It's pretty much essential if you're fishing any tournaments or just want to easily measure a fish. So that's a cool little, neat little thing they threw in there. I like the bow of the kayak. We've got a nice handle and two little rod tip protectors. So if you got your rods going horizontal, you can do that. I actually use it when I'm in the truck. I throw this thing in the back of the truck. Sometimes I'll put either the power pole, the actual pole itself, I'll have that up in one of those and then tied down or bungee down on there. I use it for that sometimes. When I'm out on the water, I still like to have the rod laying in this spot, but usually I let the tip kind of go past it that way. But still, you can get a rod, two rods going horizontally there, and just a nice little spot for it. These little, little spots right here, pretty handy. I could throw a Plano box there. I usually throw my water or something in there. It's neat the way that these have these little holes. Good place for that. Put my little rod leash, hook it right on there. Simple. Definitely a cool feature. What else we got here in the front? Lots of scupper holes. Drains very well. Let's move along to the back a little bit now. So I have the little wheel cart thing, and I'm not going to plug it in yet, but you get the idea. It plugs into the back there, and you can wheel your kayak down to the bank and launch it. Pretty handy. I usually just throw these things right in there, and I'm good to go. You can throw a crate or whatever you want back here. You've got nice room for it. I usually throw my fishing backpack. That's what I use. I throw it back here, and then I take a rod leash thing and I just clip it to it. Simple, ready to go, and that's my way of doing it. We've got some really nice rod holders. You get 4 flush mounted rod holders, which is better than average. Most kayaks, you might get 2 if you're lucky. So you get 4, and they're the nice ones. Got the nice like little cover for them, and they're at offsetting angles, or not offsetting, but they're at different angles here. So this rod's kind of going up like that. This one's back a little bit further, so they're not going to tangle up, and that is pretty handy. The only real hatch on this boat's back here. Don't really use it that much, but you got room. You got plenty of room to put anything you want down there. So that's nice. 2 more rails back here. Again, hook whatever you want onto it. Definitely nice. And then you've got, you know, the back of the stern squared off here where you can mount a trolling motor, power pole micro, whatever you want. It will fit on this. I was curious, will a power pole micro fit on this thing? Yes, it will. Mount mine on there, no problem. Locks it in good, solid, sturdy, so that works, and that's important. I did some research trying to find out, and it was kind of difficult. So, you know, if you're interested in that, yes, it fits just fine. You got my word. My power pole micro is sitting over there. One thing, you can't put the wheels on with the power pole micro. So I leave the Power Pro, I leave the Power Pro off of it, and Power Pole. I leave my Power Pole micro off of it, and then I put the wheels into it. So then I wheel down, take that off, and I put the Power Pole micro onto it. Thinking about some braided fishing line. Little handle right there to help you lift it up. I don't really use that much because a lot of times when I pick it up, it kind of tends to tilt one way or the other. I usually just put my hand underneath it. But the boat is light enough for you to manhandle, and that's a big plus. So that's a few things I've figured out. So if you're looking to mount anything in the back and you want to use this wheel cart, you will have to have it off. Use the wheel cart, then put whatever you want to mount back on there. So that's a little thing I picked up that I wanted to pass along. We've got this little notch here. If you want to rest a paddle across it, definitely nice. I'm going to sit in this thing just because I can. So out on the water with this kayak, it paddles very well, very stable. Never felt, uncomfortable in this thing. You sit in it, you feel right at home. Big waves don't bother at all. I've never been scared or anything out there. The stability is good because it's, really set up for fishing, and you're sitting up a little bit higher. The wind can catch it a little bit more than maybe a sit-in kayak. So that's, something to think about. You will drift a little bit, so you may need to rig up an anchor system of some kind. I've also got a conventional anchor hiding in here somewhere in this bag with this rope, and it holds it in place pretty good. I use the Power Pole micro for most of my anchoring stuff, but if I'm out deeper and I really want to sit still, I could throw that down there. I don't have an anchor trolley rigged up, but overall this is a sweet kayak. Very, very nice, very versatile, comes in at a great price point. You're not going to be disappointed. You're going to be very pleased with this kayak. You're going to be impressed by this kayak. I thought a lot, did a lot of research pretty much all last year and all winter. And basically, I wanted something fit that perfect size. I didn't want it to be short, around 10 feet. Didn't really want it to be over 12 feet. So 11'3" is a really nice size for a kayak. Can really do a lot with that. So I really like this thing. Just being out there in the water with it, paddling it, catching fish in it, it's just great. It's simple for the most part. There's not a lot of extra stuff, not a lot of extra things that can break or anything like that. It's rugged, open deck plan, do what you want to with it. It works. Nice rod holders, no need to add extra anything right off the bat. As soon as you get it, you're good to go. Throw your rods in here, get your paddle, get some some Plano boxes or little book bag, crate, whatever you want. You throw it in, you're good to go. And I think that suits this kayak, that type of fishing right there. Very, very nice setup, in my opinion. I'm trying to think if I've forgotten anything. Don't believe I have. Drop me some comments on this if you have questions about this kayak. I will answer them. Really been, waiting to make this video so I could tell you, not just tell you about extra things I may have missed, but just tell you with confidence, yes, this kayak will do what you want. Now that I've been out there and used it, I can say that. I was, pretty certain when I got it that was going to be the case, but now having been out there, used it, I can really vouch for it. It's a great kayak, so definitely check out the Nucanoe Flint. Get one, go catch some fish in it, have some fun in it. It's a great kayak. Check it out.